CNN's legal analysts admit that ruling against Letitia James is a huge win for Donald Trump, and it absolutely is. Letitia James thought she was going to try to get away with trying to take out Trump on some bogus charges. I mean, she ran as AG for New York on getting Trump before she even had any type of crime. So we know what she did was political in the first place. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to talk about the verdict on Donald Trump's legal case. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. This comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that the recent ruling against New York Attorney General Letitia James and her sham prosecution of Trump is a huge win for him. This is obvious. Even so, it's absolutely delicious to watch CNN's legal analyst Ellie Honig admit this on air, as his colleagues look on gloomily, acknowledging the fact that another one of the left's attempts to go after Trump fails. Honig was quite clear. He suggests that this is not even the end and that Trump is likely to get another win in this case when it goes to the Court of Appeals in New York State. The Daily Caller has the details. He says CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Honig said on Thursday that an appeals court's monumental ruling against Democrat Attorney General of New York Letitia James is a huge win for President Donald Trump. But let's just get to the clip and hear it for ourselves. Here you go.
Well, I'm not Wolf. I have been skeptical of the Attorney General's case for a long time. I'm on record saying that this is a huge win for Donald Trump any way you cut it, and this is a stinging rebuke to the Attorney General, Letitia James. The finding here, it's a very long, complicated ruling, but the bottom line is, while the finding of liability against Donald Trump can stand, for now at least, the damages award, which started at $350 million with interest, gets up close to $500 million, that is thrown out. And the core reason for that ruling, according to the judges, is essentially that there was not enough of a showing here that there were actual victims. And just to refresh people's memories, this is the civil fraud lawsuit brought by the Attorney General. The core allegation is that Donald Trump habitually overvalued his own assets when he was trying to get bank loans from banks and other lenders. And essentially, the argument that Donald Trump made below that has now had resonance in the appeals court is you're talking about very sophisticated, quote unquote, victims. These are billion-dollar banks that made the loans, got repaid on the loans by Donald Trump with interest, and actually profited to the tune of millions of dollars. So it's not the typical type of fraud case where you have somebody stealing money from other people or ripping off unknowing consumers. So this ruling by the appeals court is monumental. It was also very unusual in that it took them nearly a year to reach this decision. As Caitlin Polance just said, the next step is going to be to go up to the highest court in the state, the Court of Appeals in New York State.
Look at Wolf Blitzer's face. We all know this whole thing was a sham. It was trumped up charges, no pun intended. We all knew that from the beginning. Everything the left has tried to do to Trump has fallen apart, right? It's just exquisite to watch people admit it on CNN. Look at their faces. They look disappointed. These two on the left, Wolf Blitzer and this lady here. I don't even know who she is because I don't really watch CNN like that. But it's great to see that our justice system is not as bad as we really thought. So hopefully the rest of the stuff will get overturned on appeals. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.